The Delhi riots that continue to make headlines have been unethically distorted by mainstream media. Here are some specific examples where mainstream publications have outright lied, presented fake news, and misinformed millions of readers across the world. Hello, I'm Priyanka Deo from New India Junction. Let's take a look at specific examples of fabrications that mainstream media publications have published on the Delhi riots. Here we go. In a ground report on school vandalism, The Wire claims that both schools involved, the Rajdhani School and DRP School in Mustafabad, were brutally vandalized and were owned by Muslims. Here's the text. You can see the lie right in the first line itself. Further ahead, 2 schools owned by Muslims have been ransacked. The remainder of the text goes on to say how the schools were damaged, but the first line itself is inaccurate. It was not the Rajdhani School, which was Muslim-owned, that faced brutal damage. It was the DRP School, and the school is run and managed not by a Muslim but by Mr. Pankaj Sharma. Have a look at the damage. Here's another image of the damage done to the DRP school. This image is from an article written by the Times of India. The DRP school, as I said before, is not Muslim-owned. It's owned and managed by Mr. Pankaj Sharma. It was this school that was wrecked pugnaciously by angry Muslim mobs. But The Wire's ground report failed to state that the destroyed school was the DRP school specifically. By leaving out the facts and by incorrectly stating that both schools were Muslim-owned, it seemed that The Wire wanted its readers to assume that it was a Hindu mob that attacked 2 schools belonging to Muslims. Additionally, a ground report should include all information. The Wire's ground report did not even make a single mention of the fact that a man named Dinesh Kumar lost his life in the chaos. NDTV. Although NDTV did report that the Rajdhani School was owned by a Muslim, it failed to report 3 important findings. First, NDTV did not mention that the Rajdhani School's rooftop contained supplies including sacks of bricks, pelting stones, and even made-in-India weapons. The second thing that NDTV did not report was that the owner of DPR School, Pankaj Sharma, has held up a homemade bomb on camera during an interview that was hurled at his school during the attacks. In an interview to Republic TV, he said, and I quote, "Since 2014, we had 100% passing rates and had a great strength of students from both communities." Here he means Hindus and Muslims studying here. "We loved everyone. We had built every corner of this school with love. People have looted the school first, then burnt it. This was done on purpose." Like The Wire, the third thing that NDTV failed to even mention is the death of Dinesh Kumar. If you're reporting and publishing information on the attacks, isn't it the first thing that you would do to include any casualties that were involved in the chaos? Why would you suppress objective facts or not include them in your reporting? Dinesh's death was completely missing from both NDTV's report and The Wire's ground report. The Indian Express. The Indian Express went so far as to crop photos to mislead readers. In an article on the Delhi riots, a cropped, published photo took out a skull cap worn by a Muslim mob member. This made the mob look secular. Wall Street Journal. International news publications are also publishing inaccurate information on the Delhi riots. In an article on Delhi violence, the Wall Street Journal, or WSJ, has quoted the brother of Ankit Sharma. Ankit Sharma was an intelligence officer who was lynched and killed during the Delhi riots. The WSJ quoted Ankit's brother Ankur Sharma saying that the mob that had lynched and dragged away Ankit was chanting Jai Shri Ram. After this WSJ article was published, Ankit's brother Ankur came out in public and said that he had not given any such statement to the WSJ. Ankur said, and I quote, "I never gave such a statement to Wall Street Journal. This is a ploy to defame my brother and my family. The Wall Street Journal is lying." After this, multiple platforms, including the Prasar Bharati news service, publicly stated on their social media platforms that this was an outright misquote by the WSJ. Now, the Wall Street Journal is one of the most well-known media outlets globally. But is this now the quality of work that readers can expect from a publication like the Wall Street Journal, one that has such an internationally wide-reaching platform? These examples, The Wire, NDTV, the Indian Express, and the Wall Street Journal, just go to show the amount of fake news out there on Delhi violence. The sad part is that these are reputed mainstream publications, and the sadder part is that millions of readers have consumed only a partial version of the reality, the truth, fake news, and misinformation. It seems that these mainstream media outlets are pushing a hidden agenda which somehow slanders the government and one communal community. But why malign anyone? Isn't it mainstream media's job to report objectively and holistically? With all of the chaos going on, the number of lives and casualties keep rising in Delhi violence. For this reason, when consuming news, even from major publications, I, on behalf of the entire New India Junction team, ask you not to believe everything that you read blindly, but research and understand the whole picture and what mainstream media is leaving out before forming your opinion. For New India Junction, this is Priyanka Deo signing off.